All right, Braun Strowman walks into the goddamn fucking spotlight against Goldberg because I guarantee you that Vince McMahon is pissed off at Roman Reigns. Because what the fuck? This was a goddamn proctological examination right here.
Do you think also, I mean, let me just real quick, because we talked about it on the drive-thru, I guess maybe a week or two ago. Do you think also that Vince or higher-ups in the WWE would be happy with Braun for the tweets he made, putting down the wrestlers who are struggling right now?
Well, I don't think they give a fuck. They're a bunch of Republicans. But either Goldberg has no more matches on his contract and they couldn't come to an agreement for any, so it was now or never, or Vince McMahon is pissed off at Roman Reigns. Because pardon me for not knowing Braun Strowman's whole history, but has he just been used in the middle card recently as we were watching Raw and he was dilly-dallying about, wandering around in obscurity in the middle of the card?
I believe so. The last big thing I remember him doing was he was pinned by Sami Zayn, I guess at the Elimination Chamber event, where Sami
whatever the
Continental
fuck.
title, yeah.
Yeah, I don't care. He turned over a truck one time. I remember him talking about that. The point is, nobody else has been able to do this. Fucking Goldberg hits him with 4 spears, and he fucking kicks out and then hits fucking Goldberg with 4 power slams and pins him flatter than a fucking plate full of piss on Broadway. Nobody else has been able to do this, and suddenly this fucking guy who's been languishing in the middle of the card and who's been around and been seen for however long and is obviously nobody's ever thought, well, hell, Goldberg's invincible. Let's get Braun Strowman. Or elsewise that would have been the match book to begin with, and not because the guy they wanted to be in it couldn't come. But suddenly they just said, well, fuck, let's just tear Goldberg down. That the whole thing was wasted. This is flat as fuck. Braun Strowman ain't going to get over anymore for doing that. Goldberg feeds off the crowd for his emotion to begin with when he comes out, and the crowd wasn't there. He looks great physically, but he wasn't the fucking beast that he normally is. And you can't have a match between a guy that's as limited as Goldberg was to begin with. There's no disrespect to him, but he never became a great worker because he spent a total of 3 years in the fucking wrestling business full time, maybe. And he's 50-something. And you got Braun Strowman, who's a huge, giant fucking slab of a fuck that you can't move around, or, he's going to have his match and do his shit. So what were they going to do to each other? Both power guys. This was the best you were going to get. In a stadium, it would have got over. Shit like this doesn't work in an empty arena. In a stadium, that would have got over, but still, the choice of the guy to do it. Unless they could not get Goldberg to come back at any other future point and put Roman Reigns over, then they just said, fuck you, Roman. We're goddamn just going to fucking do it with Strowman. What the fuck?
Do you agree that if Vince really is upset with Roman Reigns for not being there, that it's completely unjustified feeling that way, considering...
Well, yeah, considering his immune system and that he actually has had fucking leukemia, I can see why he might be fucking upset, but also to cut your own nose off, spite your face. Braun Strowman, as the man, as the champion, ain't going to draw you 15 cents in Chinese money. He couldn't draw money if you dipped him in glue and ran him through Fort Knox. He couldn't draw any money if you fucking showered him in paper and gave him a box of green crayons. I could go on. But the point is, no. Roman Reigns can at some point. Has Roman Reigns ever been a champion now? Or does he just keep fucking losing out on winning it at WrestleMania every time he's supposed to?
You know what? This is part of the problem. I think he has been the champion a few times. I think he even did get a big WrestleMania victory.
Well, he didn't get this one.
But nothing stands out anymore, so it's hard to even know for sure.
But it would have helped Roman Reigns a whole lot more to beat Goldberg in front of people than it did Strowman to beat Goldberg in front of no people, or it didn't do Goldberg any fucking favors to get beat in front of no people, unless he's just doing it for the payoff. Obviously, he doesn't live his life centered around the wrestling business, but it certainly didn't make him look any better for it. is all I'm going to say.